Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jihi and I recently got into Minerva University through their early action cycle. So in this video, I want to share how I got into Minerva and some basic application tips to getting into Minerva University. So I'm assuming that since you guys clicked this video, I think you guys all probably know what Minerva University is, but to those that might not know Minerva, I just want to give you guys a basic overview of it. It's basically one of the world's most innovative university. I think it has been ranked as the number one innovative university for the past 2 or 3 years. And the unique education at Minerva is what really draws a lot of students from all around the world to Minerva. And the unique thing about Minerva basically is its global rotation. And how this works is that students move with their cohorts and they end up living in 7 different cities in their 4 years of college experience. And these cities include San Francisco, Berlin, Buenos Aires, Hyderabad, Seoul, Tokyo, and Taipei. So basically, like the entire world is your classroom, and students can apply the skills that they learned in the classroom directly towards the cities and solving those problems. So yeah, I hope this makes sense. Moving on to the next section, I'll be talking about the basic overview of Minerva's application and how it looks. So the first one is who you are. This section is basically includes the basic bio information like your name, your gender, and all those stuff. And it also, I think I remember I had to put my intended major there, and I put psychology there. Minerva has very unique names for each major. So psychology is cognition, brain, and behavior. So that's what I put. And it also asks like some basic academic performance at your school, and your high school information. And the next section is number 2, which is how you think. And this is the challenges section that a lot of Minerva applicants might know already. So this is basically where you take a 2 hour long 2 hour to maybe 3 hours if it takes you that long. It's basically like an exam. You can think of it as an university entrance exam, but it's very unique because you basically cannot like study for it, and because this exam does not include any memorization task, it really just exists there to really reflect how you think, and it reflects your unique thinking and whether you're fit for Minerva. And I think there's like this computer simulation that shows if the applicants are a good fit for Minerva. So it's completely out of our control. And so my tip is just don't study for it. Just be really relaxed for the exam, and make sure to have like water next to you if you are intending to take any breaks in between the challenges. And don't worry about the test because before each challenges section, I was gonna give you like an sample challenges example, and you're able to work on that or practice on that for as many times as you want. So don't stress about it basically, and take it in an environment where everything's very peaceful and quiet and safe. You don't want any background noises that's going to distract you, and make sure to close your room. And yeah. And the next section is number 3, what you have achieved. And this is basically called the accomplishments section. And this is a space where you can list up to 6, a minimum of 4 accomplishments. And accomplishments, I think, can also be outlined as, like the ECs and the extracurriculars that you see on Common App. But Minerva University only allows you to list up to 6. So be sure to really think about what you want to show to Minerva and think about the school fits. So my tip for the accomplishment section is that when it gives you the space to describe and explain your accomplishment in more detail, make sure to connect it back to your community and how it impacted not only you but those around you, because Minerva places a lot of emphasis on community and how you impacted your community. And another thing you need to keep note of Minerva's accomplishment section is that for each and every accomplishment, you need to have up to 2 evidence. And evidence basically is documentation. And if you're able to really show the admission officers that you've really done the accomplishment, and it really just serves to justify and give them evidence that you yourself have done the accomplishment, and what you wrote in your application is completely honest and truthful. So having these documentation ready in hand to submit is very, very, very crucial. And these documentation can range from screenshots, reference letters, videos, photos, certificates, and so many more. And in my circumstance, most of my accomplishments were leadership positions at my school clubs. So I got reference letters from my club sponsor teachers as one of my evidence for each of the accomplishments. So if you're going to request school teachers for any reference letters for Minerva University, just keep in mind to remind them that it's not a letter of recommendation, and just needs to serve as a confirmation that you have done the activity yourself and that the accomplishment that you have written there is completely honest and truthful, because you need to upload the evidence files directly yourself. And so if they understand them as a letter recommendation, because the LORs are usually confidential, they might not write one for you. And I had a few misunderstandings and miscommunications with my teachers, so be sure to remind them if you're going to request any reference letters from your school teachers. And I have another tip for the accomplishment section. It's that I feel like the most significant accomplishments are those that you can measure easily. So if you have accomplishments that are a bit qualitative but not quantitative, maybe think about what other accomplishments you might write in the application instead of that, because ideally the accomplishment should have a very concrete and veritable outcome and impact. Okay, so my second tip for the accomplishment section that I really wanted to mention is that if you're going to measure your accomplishment through the volunteering hours, I strongly advise you against doing that, because what you attained in that amount of hours, someone might have attained something even better or something more outstanding. So that evidence is not enough. Like, just simply saying I volunteered for 50 hours for your accomplishment section is not enough. You need to elaborate more on what you did and how you achieved it and what was the result. And just again saying the result should be very concrete. So if you're having trouble having to find that, and just instead of putting volunteering hours, maybe think about another accomplishment that you can write in your applications. Okay, so with these 3 sections, Minerva makes a holistic admissions process. And additionally to this, you may be invited to an interview with your regional enrollment director. So be sure to check your emails regularly. In my case, I got invited to an interview, and I did that almost like a few days before I got my admission. So you might expect an invitation from them anytime after you submit your application towards the application decision date. So be sure to check your emails. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the first section of my video, and the other section of my video will be talking about some tips into Minerva University. And the first one, I feel like this is very overlooked, but I feel like this is like the most important one, is don't give up, because Minerva's application is very unique. You need to take an exam and then write your accomplishments. I think many times if you feel like your exam just completely failed, a lot of students might end up just giving up their application altogether. But I just want to tell you guys, just don't give up and just go through that process. Even for me, I felt that my exam was so bad, and I felt like I just completely failed my application. And I got really discouraged from writing my accomplishments. But then I was like, when will I ever write this? And I only have one chance. So I just went on with it, and in the end it just ended up working out. So yeah, I just want to tell you guys that don't give up and just be persistent in your application. And in the end, it might work out, it may not, but what you did and how you performed in the challenges is completely out of your control, and just don't stress too much about it. And number two is be confident about yourself. Not everyone may have those international science and math awards, and you might not have started a business and startup like me. Most of my accomplishments were very centered on school ECs, and I felt that it was not enough. But the application process is really up to how you present yourself and how you like make yourself stand out from the thousands of applicants. So remember that you're not alone. Everyone feels this, and if you think that your ECs and your accomplishments are not enough, I'm telling you they are enough. It's just how you word that and how you present yourself. I know this is very cliche, but you are enough. So don't give up. Don't give up. You're unique. Those are two things I really want to tell you guys. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys. And if you guys have any further questions, please let me know in the comments. And if there's any other videos that you'd like to see regarding Minerva, please let me know, and I'll be happy to help and make a new video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!